What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is Dexter New Blood Final Twist revealed. In this video, I'm going to tell you how it's going to end for our beloved serial killer, Dexter. I'm going to give it to you straight, and I'm going to give it to you honest. Let's do this. What up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best, the Don Tony Teflon. If you can, please subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. As always, 500 likes is the video goal. If we happen to hit that, I will give a subscriber who leaves a comment on this video one Dexter New Blood t-shirt. You have to be in it to win it. Let's do this, people. Now that we're about halfway through the season of Dexter, it goes so fast, I know. I do believe that I can tell you exactly how it's going to end for this character, and that is what I'm going to do. Also, I would just like to say thank you to everybody who has found my channel for the first time and subscribed. It really means the world to me. Every like I get and every new subscriber I get. And also, let me say this, since the actor said that he is willing to do a second season, and this was billed as a limited series, in the end, I'll give you two different endings, in case they do come back for a second season, and in case it ends in just this one season. And believe me, that's not a cop-out. I believe they shot two different endings in case it was successful, and in case it wasn't that successful, the main ending. So let's get right into it. When you deal with Dexter, in every season that I've seen, there's usually two people that Dexter kills. One that he has to cover up, and then there's the main killer that he takes out. I think we're gonna have to deal with both of those situations. So we know that the main villain in this story is Kurt. He's the one kidnapping the girls. It seems like he is the one in the white mask. When you look at the body type and everything else, it all does point to it being him. I also do believe there's a good chance that the billionaire and some other people could be involved in that situation, just for the fact that he went out there gun-ho to try to find his son, all right? Then all of a sudden, he just flipped 360 and lied about it. Now, did he just come to his senses, or did somebody tell him, hey, you're attracting too much attention? That's why I think that it might be the billionaire down with him when he does it. So we know that that's the main person. So that brings us to the question, who is going to be the victim that Dexter is going to get in trouble for? We've already seen him kill the one guy and put him in the incinerator. Since that body is burned up, I don't think that that's going to come back to him at this particular time. I think he's clear of that murder. So the next person that I see that he has to take out most likely will be Molly. I think Molly has to go. Now, I love the actress who plays Molly because she played in Lovecraft Country, one of my favorite shows of all time. But when we look at her character as a podcaster who does true crime, and the fact that she has already investigated the Trinity killer and is so deeply connected in that case that she knows everything. If she knows that Rita was Dexter's wife, there's no way she does not have a picture of Dexter. It's impossible. There's no way that she's going to find that victim and then not find pictures of that victim's family. That being said, if she knows that, then she's going to have to know that Rita had a son named Harrison. Now, she might not recognize this right off the bat, but she is going to recognize this very soon. The fact that she says to his girlfriend in the upcoming trailer, "You'd ever sleep next to a serial killer? Wouldn't that be crazy?" and you didn't know. I'm just paraphrasing what she said, but you watched it and you've seen her say this. It's not a coincidence that she's saying this to this lady. It's not a coincidence that she said, "I have 1 million of armchair detectives working for me round the clock that just left me because of my podcast." That is what is going to threaten this whole situation with Dexter. So I cannot see any way that she does not already know, or she does not find out exactly who Dexter truly is, and then Harrison in that matter of fact. So the fact that she's tight with Dexter's girlfriend and then all of a sudden she disappears, because she's going to have to disappear. That's the only way it's going to go down. I mean, this is going to lead Dexter's girlfriend to be very intense on this investigation and think that something's going to happen. And that's how it's all going to tie together. Dexter is going to find out exactly who's kidnapping and's been kidnapping these girls, and he's going to try to put the death on Molly on that person. He's going to try to blame the death of Molly on Kurt and what Kurt's been doing. So that's how he's going to justify taking out Molly in his own head and not getting caught for it. Now I'm going to put this out there, though I know this is going to be a stretch and most likely isn't the case, but I do believe that there is a possibility. Molly, she has all the connections. She knows about the Trinity case. She knows all about that. She knows about Rita. It could be a good chance that Molly is the one who sent Harrison out there. With all of her army of online detectives, it wouldn't be hard for her to have tracked down Harrison in the beginning and brought Harrison over there. It just seemed fishy to me that all of a sudden Harrison just happens to show up there. That never truly washed with me. So I know that this is a stretch, but it could be a connection. Just always keep that in the back of your mind. So now that we have the secondary person, or the person that Dexter's got to take out, and this is the one that the cops are going to investigate before he can get to the truly really big bad, let's talk a little bit about Harrison. If you look at my Harrison video, final twist video, I go into details about that, so make sure that you check out that video. The link will be in the description and at the end of this video in the cards. But one thing I did say in that video is that I believe that Harrison killed his mother, his stepmother. I do believe that's the case, that he definitely took his stepmother out and that she did not die of cancer. The fact that he has a knife identical, a razor blade, to the one that was used to kill his mother means that he knows about this situation. Now, it's true that kids from 1 year old sometimes do remember traumatic events. You can look that up. It's possible that that's how he knows about it. But it's also possible that this podcaster, if she did send him, is the one who told him about this situation. It was her podcast that he was listening to before he did the deed in the school. Is that the first time he just picked up on this podcaster? For me, I don't remember him really meeting her or knowing her to, hey, let me check out her podcast. Or was he already a fan? Why would he have that there? Again, I know the Molly and Harrison connection is a stretch, but let's keep going from there. When dealing with Harrison, we have to look at what we've seen of him so far. We've seen him fascinated by the drones, and then he was given a drone. All right, so somehow that drone has to come back in some way to figure out something. They just didn't give him that drone as a throwaway. They wouldn't have shown him liking the drones in the beginning and then giving him a drone. They weren't just doing it to say, hey, you're a hero, man. Here's a drone for you. That's not what it was. That was put there for a reason. This could be how Dexter may get bagged up. Harrison might be flying the drone when Dexter goes to get rid of Molly's body. I think he's going to do the same thing that he's always done. He usually disposes of bodies the same exact method. That's the way he gets down. So he may be going toward the incinerator, and he may get caught on camera with this drone in the incinerator when he's going to burn Molly's body. I think that that's how the drone comes in play in the end. Real quick, since we're back on the Molly thing, I think dealing with her is like a Frankenstein's monster type situation. That you have a podcaster who goes out there and investigates serial killers. She's getting too close to the fire that eventually she's going to be a victim of this serial killer. And that is another reason why I think that she's got to get got by Dexter. I don't see any other way around her surviving. Molly has to be the one that he takes out, and that's going to violate all of his codes. They have made a strict thing every season about his codes. And if he violates the codes, it's how something bad's going to happen. So I think this is how he violates the code, because he's gonna have no choice to save his life, his new life, to take this woman out who has done nothing. Now, I also did think of this. Another twist to that could be Molly did track him down with Harrison because Molly is in love with Dexter. She's in love with serial killers. We have seen many a times, many women fall in love with serial killers. Could that be the case? Is that the reason why she's getting close to his girlfriend? Because she wants to get rid of the girlfriend? Because she wants to be... Now, I am going off into a tangent. Let's get focused. But do not think that cannot happen. All right. Let's go from Molly to Kurt. So Dexter's got to take Kurt out. There's no doubt about it. Kurt's got to go. That's the only way it's going to go. So he's taking out Kurt's son, and now he's taking out Kurt himself. That's going to happen. We know that there's no way around that happening. So I think that there's a good possibility that now that Dexter understands that his son has a lot of him in him, that he may try to teach his son the actual code. He may try to take his son out there with him when he's killing people to make him understand what the code he needs to do to survive and how to pass this off, just like Harry passed it over to him to try to control his urges, to do this exact same situation. So you might see Dexter with Harrison and putting somebody on the kill table and showing him exactly how to do it. And I think if he's going to do it to anyone in the end, I think that definitely is going to happen with him and Kurt. But before they even get to him, they could have someone else. They may bag somebody else up and start the whole process. Now, how Harrison would deal with him killing this woman would be a problem if he had some type of connection to this woman from the beginning, dealing with Molly. But when it comes down to Kurt, I think that's exactly how it's got to go down, that Dexter and his son, as his protege, him teaching his son how to become what he is how it ends for Kurt in the end. That brings us to the end. And I think that in the end, without a shadow of a doubt, Harrison will kill Dexter. Now, the reason he's going to do it is because he's going to blame him for Rita's death, because he's going to know that if Dexter wasn't who he was and he wasn't going after Trinity, then Trinity would have never killed his mother. Dexter has to get paid back for that situation. There's no way he can just go off into this new town, new life, and not have that follow him. So how does that go about? I think when it comes down to it, Dexter, we've seen him already kill his brother. We've seen him take out his sister when she was taken out. I just don't think he's going to be able to do the same thing for his son. So I see two different scenarios for it going down. One, the girlfriend gets too close to an investigation and Harrison tries to take her out, and instead Dexter saves her from Harrison and winds up getting killed himself. And she might eventually die anyway, but that is one way I see it going down. Or Dexter's son does take him out and he uses the drone footage to prove that Dexter was the killer, and then his body just disappears like everybody else, and people just think, oh, he's gone, blah, 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 Harrison this, Harrison that. Or if they do a season 2 and they call it Dexter New Blood season 2, it would then go into Harrison being the serial killer and Harrison taking up where Dexter left off after Dexter has already taught him everything he needed to taught him. The last episode is called Sins of the Father, and I think that's why that title is there. The father is Dexter, the sin is what he taught his son, and now his son is going to be the next serial killer. And then Dexter, the actor, comes back in that season as his dark passenger guiding him. I think that is how they intend for it to go out, and I think that's the ending we're going to get. But if they were going to do a season 2 and they felt like that actor needed to come back in some kind of way and they shot an alternate ending, I think it would end the same way without Dexter being killed by his son. It would just be more of the mentorship, and it would just go along those lines until eventually Harrison does take Dexter out. It's called New Blood for a reason. The new blood is Harrison. He becomes the new serial killer. But in the comment section, you tell me, what do you think? Do you like this whole ending, this theory? Do you have your own? If you do, please put it in the comment section. Remember, you heard it here first. So if you hear anybody else spreading it, go on their channel and let them know, hey, I heard that from the Don Tony Teflon. Shot that brother out if you're going to be using his stuff. It's only fair. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.